this is it, the 2024 Ntfa Division 1 Senior Grand Final. It is Lilydale up against Old Scotch Collegians Football Club. We're live from UTAS Stadium through our wonderful sponsors that do so well for us during the course of this final series, and also through Round Table Studio. So welcome, Michael Maney with you in commentary. Alongside of me is Nathan Warren. Nathan, welcome to you.
Hello, Michael. How are you, mate?
Really well. Under dark skies at the moment, but it's been a bit of a weird day in Launceston, hasn't it? The weather held out pretty much for the first two games. A little bit of precipitation in the reserves match. Got the women underway and out of the way. And just speaking of that, Meander Valley Suns 3-3-21 to Deloraine 1-5-11 in the reserves. Old Scotch 9-7-61, Lilydale 5-6-36. We've just about got the players lining up here. We'll come to you, Nathan, in a second or two for your thoughts before we get underway with this grand final, with Old Scotch going for back-to-back grand final victories. So we've got the umpires in place, the players are locked in arms, and we're about to go with the Welcome to Country and then also the National Anthem.
Between Lilydale and Scotch. Presenting the cup today is Lilydale legend David Walsh and Scotch legend Kim Curtis. David Walsh will now toss the coin with the two captains, please. Old Scotch win the toss and will kick to the city end. If you can now remain upstanding for the Welcome to Country and National Anthem.
Paligina Lutruwita. For thousands of years, Aborigines have remained connected to country. Our old people harvested the land, our warriors hunted a landscape shaped by traditional fire, and our women gathered resources to provide for their family group. Back then, we walked the many tracks across the northern Midlands that led us to the head of the Cunnamalooka Tamar River. Today, those tracks are lined by buildings, and the landscape, once adorned by trees and grassy plains, are fewer. Warranta Lumi. We are here. Our culture is alive.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth of toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's maze, let every state
always a highlight at any grand final. The national anthem, the welcome to country. We do it pretty well in football these days, particularly in Tasmania. So another outstanding pre-match here at UTAS Stadium. The grand final protagonists Lilydale and Old Scotch. Corey Lockett, the coach of Lilydale. Brayley Coombs, the coach of Old Scotch. 15-1, Nathan Warren. Both teams, it couldn't get too much. It couldn't get too much closer than this.
No, absolutely not, mate. Should be in for a cracker as the sun comes out, mate. The rain sort of disappeared for a little bit, so hopefully that stays away. So, yeah, in for a cracking game, mate.
Matt Saunders, 61 goals for Lilydale this year, and he's going to be a real threat. And Corey Lockett said, positional changes, tuck them into the wing, Asprey to defence. They're motivated. They've had back-to-back prelim final losses. They really want to get stuck in. And from the other side, Old Scotch won last year against St Pat's, and they're going for back-to-back. Yeah,
absolutely. I actually watched the game out at Hillwood in the qualifying final, and Lilydale were far superior on that day. They've lost a fair bit of drive though in Thane Bardenhagen. Their assistant coach is out. He's overseas, I believe, for a wedding, so he'll be hard to replace. But I'm sure they'll find someone to throw in there. They've got another great midfielder, left footer in Daniel Viney. He was super that day, best on ground by far. And I really like their intercept defender in Louis Venn, their captain, works hard, along with Mark Walsh, a North Launceston premiership player, and Luke Walsh. I'm not sure if the boys are related, but he's an inside contested mid.
Yes, it's really going to be a terrific game. Like you said, that rain has stopped. It's just been scuttling showers coming across UTAS Stadium for a little part of the last hour and a bit. But prior to that, everything was dry. We know that if the wind gets up a little bit, but then this ground really dries out quickly. It's just a bit of surface water. I mean, we saw a couple of instances of that in the previous game. So what a game we are set up for here. And Lilydale beat Perth by a point in the qualifying final. 13-point win over Old Scotch in the second semi. And they finished second on the ladder, as I said, 15-1. And then for Old Scotch, they were beaten by Lilydale in the second semi, then a 78-point win in the prelim against Bridport. So this is set up for a crackerjack game. Both the, I suppose, when you're a caller, Nathan, you've got to look at you and say, what can I look for? You look for the white shorts for Old Scotch, and you look for the dark shorts for Lilydale. The jumpers are not overly similar, but this will be a fantastic game to call. So your thoughts? I know you've got a slight affiliation with Old Scotch, but how do you see it going?
Yeah, I do, and I'm just looking. You're looking for what you look for, and I'm looking to see what they do with Fletcher Seymour, who's a fantastic player, as we know, great player in the grand final last year. Company with John McKenzie. Seeing if he's going in the midfield, and it doesn't look like he is. So you've got John McKenzie, Josh Frankham, Longford Premiership captain, Johnny Swallow, been at Old Scotch for years, and Sam Luttrell, Premiership ruckman, who should get fair dominance on this. So Fletcher Seymour looks as though he's going to start forward, which he did against them last time. So I like that move. They've got some other good players, and Richie Hazelwood across defence didn't play against Lilydale last game. Either did Charlie Eastoe, who's a very, very good player. So, and Jock Dark was great too. So here we go.
Well, up they go in the ruck. Knocking it down there was Lilydale. Long kick inside forward 50. Got to work hard here, Old Scotch. The kick is knocked off the kick, and a mark almost taken. Nothing doing. A little snap here, and that was by Mark Walsh, but it just drifts away. And the first score of the game are behind.
Yeah, first inside 50 to Lilydale.
So Old Scotch, the defending premiers, all goes out wide, and the mark is taken out there by Hazelwood. Gets on with it, kicks down the line, and off hands the wing. The breeze will pretty much blow straight across the ground, you would think. Normally, that's the way it normally rolls, or in from that Ntfa end a little bit. Sometimes favours that city end.
Yeah, the sock's sort of pointing out that way and towards the city. You're right, Mike, and it was a fair breeze at Longford this morning. So
ball to be won here. Over the top they go. No one's getting it out of there. Just funnels out the back. Nicely taken by Luke Walsh. And now Old Scotch into the centre. The kick by Josh Frankham out wide. Here's an opportunity for them first up. They can't get it through Matt Duggan. Overrunning it there was Zeke Johnson. So the kick forward. Eastoe couldn't trap it. Viney. McKenzie tries to get the handball out. Slippery ball until that breeze gets up, and there's a free kick, and it's going to Lilydale. Or is it going to Old Scotch? I think he had his hand out the other way. It's going to Connor Bryant, the goal kicker for them this year. Lilydale doing some defensive work here. The kick close to the line might just dribble away, and it does, and that was Sam Lockett who got his boot on it, and it just rolls out of play. It'll be a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, I can see straight away, mate. Scotch are trying to take the ball off the line. They're not just going to throw the ball straight down the necks of the intercept defenders in Venn. They're going to try and take the ball. They look through the middle of the ground there and try and just work the ball around him so it's not playing into his hands.
Luttrell got in front. Quick kick away. There was by Johnny Swallow. Good tackling. That ball was out of play. Yes, it was, before the number 25 in Sean Event can keep it in. The Event name, of course, Jack Event, a wonderful player with the North Launceston Footy Club.
Yep, we'll be playing here tomorrow too. So game here tomorrow, TSL football. So York Park getting a fair use.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's in spectacular condition as it always is. So Luttrell knocks it down, looking for McKenzie. They go in hard. Little handball comes out. Luttrell will take this to the line, the safety of it. And it'll be another ball in. We'll see a bit of that today. A few stoppages, particularly early.
Yeah, Luttrell is a big frame. He'll give him first use. Him and Josh Frankham played a lot of football together. You'll find Josh, he just puts his head over the nut. Here he goes.
Little knock forward. Close to the line. The handball doesn't quite make it, and it'll be another ball in. And neither side giving any corner at the moment. So we've got a bit of an off-the-ball scuffle. I think Charlie Eastoe is going to win a free kick. And it goes against Jai Asprey. It's a bit of off-the-ball action. And you wouldn't put it past this bloke. He's a terrific kick, Charlie Eastoe. He's kicked goals in finals before, and multiples at that. So here he is. He'll have to kick it as right on the paint of 50. He wheels around, gets under it a bit. It's a high one. Oh, mark almost taken. Seymour, cop one high. No free kick, or was there? Yes, there will be. Or is he? No, he's been caught holding the ball. He really did cop one there, Seymour. So Sam Lockett with the long kick out of there and out of play. Your thoughts, Nathan?
Yeah, so Venn again, you show what he got his hand. I thought he had enough of that to be paid the mark. So that's what they don't want to do. Just put it in his area. So they may need to pull someone, just have a little hit up lead and try and kick over him rather than at him and put it on his head.
Billy Tuckerman, that switch to the fence. Now again to Lockett. It'll come back in with Tax. Ball just over the back, almost the mark, just on the fingertips. Did he keep it back in play? He did. That was terrific. And now the ball rolls out of play. So just looking at a couple of plays there. McKenzie down the bottom and tried to keep it in. But now it'll be a ball in.
Yeah, he did well to keep that live, didn't he? He just tapped it back behind. Fletcher Seymour just couldn't. There it is.
Yeah, that was Connor Bryant.
Yep.
Yeah. Just couldn't quite keep it in. Here we go. Short little kick. Eastoe's the target again. Asprey was right there. Lilydale under the pump here. Gee, there's some forward half pressure here from Old Scotch, and causes another stoppage. And what can they do from this? Goals from stoppage are so important in the modern game.
Absolutely, and they'd love one here just to put the pressure right back on Lilydale, doesn't it?
Yeah, up it goes. John McKenzie gets boot to ball. He might have kicked a goal. That's a terrific goal.
There it is. John McKenzie, he's dangerous around stoppage. He's just a bull between him and Seymour. Johnny Swallow there. You don't want to give him any room at stoppage because they'll just drive their legs through it. And John just gives them full reward there.
Yes, what a terrific player John McKenzie is. He's been a really good player for a long period of time. Here it is.
Yep.
just
Great, wasn't it?
Just off the hands, just read it so beautifully. That's goal. That's stoppage goal, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate. Yep.
So Mackenzie gets the first goal of the game, and Old Scotch are on the board. Up we go. Now Mackenzie again, out of the centre. Big high fly. And is that a mark? It is. Lilydale mark, and that's a terrific mark to Venn. So Lewis Venn has got it. 1 goal straight to a point. So Venn goes into the centre. Flicks over the back. Opportunity there for Dark. Jock Dark. Lilydale go into attack. Now it end up with Rothwell. Couldn't get the kick away. Smothered. Really out wide. So, there's some pace being shown out there by Jackman. Jackman with a spearing kick just to the bootlaces of an opponent. In goes Seymour over the top, and well, you can tell straight away that Fletcher Seymour's a man who's got a big target on him.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll try and nullify him in any way, shape or form they can, but he'll just keep going. He'll keep putting his head over it. Aidan Jackman, you can see what he can do too. He'll take grass. He's a beautiful foot, and he'll really give him some good punch coming off the wing there.
The umpire's paid a sling tackle, has he? And a free kick. It's coming back here. It's going to Jordan Russell. So the handball away to Lockett, Sam Lockett. A couple of Locketts out there. Up they fly. Dark can't get through. Nice little short kick. That's by Vine. He didn't go the distance, so Rothwell's got to do a bit of a spin. Did pretty well in the end. Then up goes that player in Zach Reynolds. He did it nicely into the centre to Josh Frankham. Geez, a good player, this guy. Frankham inside 50, long kick. Who can mark it? It's slippery. Over the back. Who can crumb? Good tackle. Umpire said no prior. Gee, this game is just starting to go up a little notch, isn't it?
Again, they look to the corridor, Mike. Frankham was just set up there nicely there. And yes, you're right. He'll just keep working hard all day, Josh.
Winding kick out of there. In goes Jonty Swallow. And he's got one in the solar plexus there. All part of the journey. Just on the paint of 50. All knocked down. Gee, coming out of defence there. Well done by Event again. Kick knocked down. They just work it through the hands here. Well done by Russell, Jordan Russell. Kicks to the wing. This ball will be a little bit easier to grab in a few minutes or two because the rain has stopped. Oh, that could have been a free kick. Nothing doing. The umpire might have paid it now. It's going to Lilydale. So the Demons get the free kick through Luke Walsh. It's a little chiseler. Oh, that might have been a high tackle. I think it was. And it's a free kick. That is going to Aidan Jackman. Jackman goes in short. That's risky business. And the mark taken by Jock Dark. Kept his eyes on it under pressure from Viney, and that was crucial.
Absolutely. And again, looking at the corridor, they just want the corridor all the time. They just want to challenge him with speed, and here they go.
Jackman again got it from Reynolds. High kick. Seymour's there. Got his opponent out of the way. Almost the mark taken. He claims it too. Did Sam Lockett. He says, come on, umpire. I think I had enough of that.
Dangerous territory again here for Lilydale.
5 points the margin. Favour of Old Scotch. Oh, here it goes. This is Dark. Just turns it around the corner. It's Duggan. Duggan kicks the goal. That's a terrific kick. Just got enough purchase on it and got it over the left shoulder, and a couple of goals now to Old Scotch. And they are rolling at the moment. They've kicked 2 goals straight, 12. Lilydale just the one behind. And Old Scotch, they're looking okay when they go inside 50. They've had that lovely stoppage goal from Mackenzie, but just talk us through this one.
Yeah, well, another stoppage goal, isn't it? So If one doesn't get you, another one will. And Matty Duggan, he knows where they are. He's kicked a lot of goals in his time at Old Scotch, and he'll just sniff around the front like that all the time. So they've got to be a bit more mindful there, Lilydale, at stoppage.
Round Table Studios giving us all the replays here. And thanks very much to our sponsors, and Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, Jay Bogan Son, Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, Clean Away, Jeremy Wilkinson and LRF Sport back in the centre. The tackling's been a real feature. That's, I guess, to settle you down in the grand final with the nerves, is to get in and rip a tackle or two. That gets you right in the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just get your hands on the ball. If you're not getting your hands on the ball, get your hand on somebody.
Yes, that's
Bring yourself into it. You're spot on.
Yep. Well, getting the kick away, that was okay by Tuckerman. And the umpire's blown the whistle. He might have just been dealt with a little bit too harshly, and it'll come back to him. Is it around the neck, or is it a free kick downfield? Might be downfield. And it's going to Mark Walsh. So Walsh kicks, here it is. Having a close look at it. It might have been some sort of a sling tackle. In the meantime, the ball is out of play at half back for Old Scotch, half forward for Lilydale. Things haven't quite settled down, but a couple of goals on the board to Old Scotch. That's a big bonus for them. So a good crowd in. Maybe the threat of rain might have kept a few away, but they get tucked in here, don't they? It's hard to tell what the crowd is at UTAS when there's not 15 or 11,000 people in.
Yeah, well, the camera would look over the other side and there's no one over there. But, yeah, half of, I think, the whole Lilydale Township's in the Carlton draft stand at the moment, urging him on.
Looked like it might have been a free kick against Logan Reynolds there for Lilydale. Got that flowing hair that the umpire calls for it. We'll see a lot of stoppage today, you would imagine. Up it goes. Hadley tried to run onto it. Zeke Johnson in a goal kicker for them. And the ball just about 30 metres from goal.
Yeah, so Ruckman Jack Venn's got a big day. If he's dealing with Sam Luttrell at once, and now on they roll in George Oliver, and they're both very big humans, so he's in for a day. You can see George gets a tap out there, so Jack's got his work cut out for him.
Jack Venn, the number 21, that's him for Lilydale.
Yep.
Yeah, not in my program, Jack Venn.
It's on mine, Mike.
Oh, well, right in. I probably missed him. There he is, gets the knockdown. Here's Viney. Kicked off the ground. That might be an amazing goal, but Lilydale get another behind. They're two behinds. Old Scotch, 2 goals straight, 12.
Yeah, and they're trying to match him at that stoppage inside 52, so...
14 minutes gone. Long kick out. Oh, huge fly. And in they go. Gee, that was a bit of something, wasn't it?
Jai Asprey. He got every part of it. Here it is here.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great effort.
Just using Jack Colgrave as a bit of a step ladder there. Hadley squeezes a kick out of there. And another stoppage.
So I think we're playing 18 minutes and time on for the senior games, Mike. I think there was 22 minutes flat in the reserves. They just upped the time there, and here they're going 18 minutes and time on.
18 and time on. Comments from Nathan Warren as we get a stalemate in the middle of the ground. George Oliver, the number 13 for Old Scotch, to do the ruck work against Venn. That's Jack Venn. Dark. Grappling away with Corey Lockett. No one can get a clean possession out of here. It's still a little bit slippery. In goes Easto. Hadley had a fresh airy. Zeke Johnson might just win a free kick here. Johnson. He's a good kick, this bloke. Did it nicely. On Jack Hadley. And that's okay. The mark has been taken by James Storey. I think I might have been getting Tim Walker mixed up with Jack Hadley just a moment ago until I get my numbers right. Apologies. Here's James Storey. Goes in short. That's a good kick too. Nicely done, nicely thought out, and Luke Walsh just ran into a bit of space. They never covered it off, and Luke Walsh will take a shot from about 30 metres out on a slight angle.
He sold the story well, didn't he? I think he got the Old Scotch defenders off guard. They all thought he was having a shot, and Luke Walsh just jumped in the hole there and gets on the end of it.
Luke Walsh Very deliberate. This is a tricky kick with the breeze. A little left to right going on here. He's worked it beautifully.
Likes it.
Excellent.
Yeah, great goal. And again, I just summed it up before. He just on the replay will show it when it pops up that James Storey just sold it to the defenders that he was having a shot because he's a sharp shooter and he likes it. Luke Walsh pins his ears back here and got it a little bit skinny, but got it through for the 6 points.
Yep, you've got to be precise from there on a swirly day at Ntfa Stadium, and he was. So that lead cut back to the 4 points now. So Old Scotch with goals from Mackenzie and Duggan, and then Luke Walsh gets the first for Lilydale. So it's gone 17 minutes in the opening term. Up they fly. Or knocked down by George Oliver. Walsh tries to run onto it, and then a high tackle. I think the early whistle was the call there. So Eastoe gets the free. Kept it really low, a little bit too low, but it flicks over the back. Might be okay for them. Doing a power of work down there, Sam Lockett. He kicks it out wide. Charlie Eastoe is just appealing for insufficient intent. But maybe that might be paid in the AFL. Not here today in the Ntfa Stadium.
Screaming at umpires like that, won't get you too far, Charlie.
No.
What I've seen here too, mate, it looks like John Mackenzie and Fletcher Seymour are just forward mid, so not a bad little 1-2 punch they got there.
Yep, that's okay. Dingjan got it out way. Now the kick long inside, almost inside 50, and just coming out and taking the mark is Daniel Viney. Geez, a good play, this bloke. Viney just got it off the instep, but it might just work okay. Here we go. Could be a goal for Lilydale. It is. Wonderful kick by Saunders. Well, he's the goal kicker of the season. He's the man with 61 coming into this game. He's got 62 now, knows where they are, and that's forward craft.
Yeah, he is. He'll always pop up when the ball's around him, Matty Saunders, ex-Launceston player. Gets on the end of this one and he knows where the goals are, that for sure. But you said about Viney, I spoke about him in their last game they played. He played predominantly midfield, but he can show what he can do when he's forward as well.
Yeah, that's a couple of class players getting the job done there, Viney and Saunders. So all of a sudden Lilydale lead by 2 points. They led early. And here we go, back in the centre. Luttrell knocks it down, sharked there by Rothwell and got it inside 50, but the mark taken out there by Richie Hazelwood and then goes to Eastoe. There's a few I know and there's a few I'm going to get, I can tell you. Here's Eastoe. He's pretty easy to pick. Ball flicks over the back and Mackenzie can't keep it in. Well, sometimes it just doesn't matter how old or how perceivably slow or fast you are. If you've got a bit of talent, you can survive in this game, and that's what I think when I see John Mackenzie. He's deceptively quick at times, but he's got some really good footy now.
Yeah, he went over and played a lot over in the mainland when he was a young. I think he left sort of after his Mariners year and played great level football over there, and he's come back home now and been a great servant to Scotch.
Rothwell got it away to Louis Venn, who kicks it high. Dark just got his fingernail on it, and now it just rolls out of play. So we'll see a bit of this during today's game with that wind scuttling across to the outer side.
We'll probably see, been a lot of stoppage. We'll probably see this get to about 26-minute mark for the quarter with the 18 and time on.
Yep. So the umpires will earn their keep today, no question about that. Will knock down Seymour. Got through, pulled the kick. It's a chaos ball in the end. Stand and deliver by Malkin, who got it away. No mark. Might have been a front-on charge there. And the free kick will go to Old Scotch. And they will try and drive it inside 50 if they can. So it'll be Frankham. Frankham with a piercing kick. Mark dropped out there by Lockett. Quick kick out of there. It bounces and bounces through. Old Scotch reply. And they've done it extremely well. Wasn't quick enough. I was looking down at my notes, Nathan Warren. I might just have a quick look at the replay.
I was doing something similar, Mike. I didn't catch who got it.
Yeah, I think it was Tim Walker.
I think you're right, long sleeves.
Yeah.
We'll give it to him anyway. But, again, just that front and centre, they're small forwards, they're fleet-footed forwards, they're just popping up right at the right time, getting front and centre, not getting past the drop, and jumping on the end of them. Really good as we see Sam Luttrell now take over from George Oliver.
So, just waiting. Yeah, not quite sure what's happened here.
You can see the way Sam... sorry, mate.
You're right, part of the old 666.
It looks like it, yeah. The way Sam Luttrell, he'll try and take Ven's jump away across the line, body on, here it is here. Just try and take his jump away because you know he'll get over the top of him.
So back in the centre. Franken with the handball away to Eastoe. Eastoe inside 50, all over the back. Just eludes all players. They all just ran past it in the end. Had a bit of momentum going one way and had to put the bus in reverse. And it'll be a ball up. Connor Bryant. So Jack Venn reaches over the top. Tackle solid. We've gone 23 minutes in this first term. 5 goals kicked. Mackenzie couldn't quite get on the end of it, just a little fumble, rare for him. Tried to go with a kick off the ground, nothing doing. A bit of tension out there. Won't take much for this one to bubble over, I wouldn't have thought. No free kick, or is there?
Yeah, no, I think got him high, Mike, as he went down.
Logan Reynolds. Just a wobbly old chaos ball. Goodness me, that was dangerous. Oh, Malkin, gee, he was in some trouble there. The free kick goes against Josh Matthews for a front-on assault, really, you would have to say. Let's have a look at this. Yep. Yeah, that's not good in any day and age. And he's in a bit of trouble too.
Yeah, he played at Bracknell last year and had a bad head knock up at Rochalee, and they called the game off, Bo, so I hope he's okay.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that had anything to do with the ball in Matthews' mind there. It was all just, I'm going to clean you up. And here we go. Look at that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely that.
So Reynolds from the switch as we hit back live. Long kick down the line. Almost a mark. Did he pay it? Yes, he did. So the mark has been taken by Denman. Denman kicks it down the wing, holds up in the breeze. That's a good mark. Goodness me. It's floating back. Little short kick. It's all right. Finds Bryant. Bryant wants to duck back inboard. Smart move. Kicks to the pocket. And the mark has been taken down there. Looks like it's number 44, and that is Archie Edwards. So Edwards. This will take a good kick from here. From the angles here, Nathan, it's tough.
It is. He's got probably a little bit of wind in his boot. It's going to be pushing across. So, yeah, it'll be a tough goal from here. So, let's see what he does. Jack Colgrave still to get his hands on the ball here. They could pop it at the top of the square.
He's gone for glory. And he's missed skinny to the near side. Yep.
Yeah, Richie Hazelwood before, great intercept mark down back. He'll give him a lot of drive off half back. He's really, really classy. They missed him against Lilydale in the qualifying final.
Yes, it was a terrific mark. So Louis Venn was in short, but it's been chopped off by Matthews and goes the handball away. Nicely done to Bryant. Bryant goes with a scrubbing kick inside 50. Couldn't find his target. Little handball was pretty loose. Bryant's got another opportunity, and he just sets it up, and it just flicks over the back. And Denman did nicely. So as the sun comes out again, but it doesn't stay for long enough, Nathan. That's the problem.
No, it doesn't. I think they were getting ready to put the lights on earlier, but
here's the kick, and just floats out of play. It'll be a ball in. Your 26 minutes is looking pretty good. I don't reckon we've got very long to go in this first term. 3-1-19 Old Scotch, Lilydale 2-2-14. Mackenzie, Duggan and Walker for Old Scotch, and Luke Walsh and Saunders for Lilydale are the goal kickers. There they go. Ben just reaching over the top. And Jack Hadley in hard for Lilydale. The bottom of that. The two number 11s mixed up earlier.
Yeah, he did.
We'll try and fix that up.
We will. They're putting a lot of work into Mackenzie at stoppage here.
So they should. Bryant couldn't get it. Crashing through was Walsh. Seymour off a step. What a kick. Couldn't take the mark. Brilliant defending. That was outstanding by Tom Hazelwood. Now it flicks out the back to Louis Venn, who eventually gets the kick away, but he's going to turn it over. That's a nice mark taken by Archie Edwards.
Yeah, Jack's probably got to go at that with his hands. He made it easy to defend by going for the chest mark. Hazelwood could just come in and get the fist. He needs to go at that with his hands.
Game of inches. Edwards, long kick. Who can crumb? Luttrell's in the middle of that. Couldn't take the mark. Gee, I thought he was going to grab that, Luttrell.
I thought the big fella was going to come down with that. You're right.
Another ball up. Geez, Old Scotch would love another goal before the break. They might just get it here as Mackenzie. Can he weave a bit of magic? Played for the free kick, and he'll get it. Was held. Got a little push. He's looking for a 50. And just about to go. So, John Mackenzie kicked the first goal of the game at the 6-minute mark with a beautiful snap. And just off the ball, Jock Dark is in a bit of strife. He's might have copped one. Just off the ball. We'll focus on John Mackenzie for now. Here he is from 35 metres out. Sits it up, works it back and gets his second.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it looked like Matty Saunders or something might have, I didn't actually see it, but they're getting into him and might have just given him a little bit of a rib tickler.
Big Luttrell. Geez, I don't think I'd mess with Luttrell. He's quite a large human being.
The size of his hands, mate, are enormous. I shook his hand a bit earlier on and it just engulfed mine. Like big pork sausages, his fingers.
Yeah. Big man. So at the 28-minute mark, make it almost the 29-minute mark. Mackenzie gets his second and all of a sudden, Old Scotch out by 11. This is the game high margin so far, but we're just in the first quarter. And they struggle with the old 6-6-6 in this footy. Sometimes you just can't quite get back in time. So up we go. Luttrell and Venn. Luttrell took it out of the ruck. Handball over the top. Nicely done by Walsh. That's Mark Walsh. The kick's not the best. Eastoe, well, he was nailed. Didn't have any chance to get rid of that, did Charles. And it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, so that's a warning each now for the 6-6-6 from both sides. They both have one now, so next one will result in a free kick.
Yeah, Matthews. Now Mackenzie. Mackenzie's little kick is okay. Nicely done. And Jack Colgrave, who's booted 51 goals this year, Colgrave. He's going to have a look at them. Jack Colgrave. This will be a real vital goal as we go into quarter time. Colgrave winds up. It's a good looking kick. It's working its way back, but not quite enough. 12 points to the margin.
Yes, Jack was at South Launceston last year, so headed over to Scotch this year. Played a bit of reserves and a bit of senior footy at South Launceston last year.
So Lilydale down the line. Oh, Saunders went before acceptances. And the free kick's going to Luttrell. Luttrell knows there's not much time left in the quarter. Goes long. Roving off the top there. Not quite able to get through. It was Frankham.
There's nowhere near the 26-minute mark, so we might be go to 36, mate.
No, I trumpeted your skill in determining what it was going to be, but alas, it wasn't right. Quarter time in the Division 1 Senior Men's Grand Final. Old Scotch 4-2-26, Lilydale 2-2-14. Goals for Old Scotch. Mackenzie has 2. That's John Mackenzie. And then singles to Duggan and Walker. And for Lilydale, Luke Walsh has a single along with Matthew Saunders. Comments from Nathan Warren in a pretty good first quarter in the grand final.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages as the quarter showed with the length it went, and both teams showed when they get the ball, anything can happen at stoppage at forward, which Scotch did with 3 goals in all 3 of theirs, pretty much at their small forwards popping up. I thought for them, Seymour's starting to get his hands on it now. Josh Frankham, I think, was clearly probably their best, along with John Mackenzie and Richie Hazelwood. I spoke about him a few times for some crucial intercept marks. Griggs is really starting. He might find him come in the midfield this quarter. Mark Walsh started getting a bit of it. And Jack Van, I think he's doing well against the 2 big ruckmen. Obviously outsized, but he's having a fair crack at him. And Matty Saunders popping home, Luke Walsh popping up with a goal each.
Yes, a really good start to this grand final. Lilydale, well, they got goals at the 17 and the 18-minute mark, so it took them a while. And Old Scotch at the 6, 11, and 21, and really deep, I think, roughly in the 30-minute mark or the 28-minute mark. So it was a good quarter of football. Thanks to our sponsors, Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, J. Bogan Son, Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, Cleanaway, Jeremy Wilkinson, and LRF Sport. It is quarter time at UTAS Stadium, a 12-point lead to Old Scotch.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium, quarter time in the Division 1 Grand Final of the men's competition in the Ntfa. Old Scotch 4-2-26, Lilydale 2-2-14. In the women's, in the early match, it was Meander Valley Suns 3-3-21, Deloraine 1-5-11, and the co-coach of the Suns, Kaya Rogers, she was best on ground for Meander Suns, and they finally get their premiership. And in the reserves, Old Scotch 9-7-61, Lilydale 5-6-36. That's back-to-back for them, and George Walker.
5 goals.
Best of field.
In probably his last game for the club.
Well, the way Possibly. He walked off the ground, it might be right, because he was pretty sore, was George.
The princess.
Yes, he's did pretty well. Saw a lot of that reserves game, and yeah, he was the difference. There's no question about that. So,
he'll start calling himself that now.
Yeah, the difference. Yeah. Well done. So, just waiting here now on a couple of things. I'm not quite sure what's happening. One of the players is yet to get on the ground. I'm not sure. Someone from Old Scotch. Is it Connor Bryant? Is it a
jumper change or what he's done? But he come on without his jumper on, and anyway, he's in the spot now.
Yeah, we're about ready to go. Second term, 12-point lead to Old Scotch. Up they go. Frankham got through. Handball. Reynolds over the top. Another handball to Jackman in a bit of space. Gets away. Got tackled. Just a little toe poker. And the umpire says that is a free kick. That goes against Hazelwood, who was caught with the footy. Or in fact, is that Frankham down there? I think it is. All I could see was a 2. So the free kick going to Billy Tuckerman. He goes in short. The umpire's blown the whistle, but he's let it go. Out wide to Sam Lockett in a bit of space. Stands, delivers, and does it nicely. And gets it to Jack Hadley. So Hadley to the wing. No mark to Seymour, or he might have got a chopping of the arm there. So Fletcher Seymour, former Launceston player, goes in short. Went overseas a couple of years ago and then came back and surprised everybody and decided to play for Old Scotch. Here's Matthews. Down the line inside 50 and getting in the gap was Louis Venn, who's been pretty good back there for them, and he stretches it now to Tuckerman, who takes the mark in front of Jackman. Tuckerman's going to go on quickly. This is okay to Luke Walsh, who kicked a goal in that first term. Walsh down the line, looking for Denman. Just went past him. Hazelwood's in there. Denman chases it to the line. It'll be another ball in. So that sun out and the ground just dries out quickly here, doesn't it?
It does. Just something I've noticed straight away. The last 2 times been in Lilydale's defence, they've switched the ball. They didn't do that at all in the first quarter. So whether it's something that the coach has come up with, let's try and take the ball off the line, let's try and spread Scotch a little bit. It's just something that's a bit of a watch for me.
Up they go. Hands and knees. Seymour, handball over the top to Mackenzie. Mackenzie with a spearing ball inside 50. Who's going to do the roving? Duggan's there. All done by Venn. The handball away. All in a lot of trouble. In they go. No one can really get clean possession. Matthews comes out and has a little scrubby old shot for goal, but it's a behind. So now a 13-point lead to Old Scotch. And Lockett. This is Sam Lockett. Going a couple of minutes, almost 3. Decides on the outer side. Seymour just roves off the pack, then gets mown down from behind. Just laying over the football is Colgrave, and he'll be pinged. It'll be a Lilydale ball. It's going to go to Rothwell. So Rothwell, the kick out wide. And geez, target. And why wouldn't you? Zeke Johnson, 5 in the second semi against this very opposition.
Yeah, he was lively. Absolutely. On a bit of a heavy deck too. 5 goals, pretty good.
You need those guys who can kick accurately, and that's important in a modern game, important in any game of footy. Venn over the top, just reached down. Rothwell again, just got it onto the boot, and the mark has been taken back there by Hazelwood. Hazelwood off a step is okay. It's all right to Frankham. Josh Frankham. Remember his game last year in the grand final was terrific. Loose ball to be won. Rothwell ran straight past it. And Matthews was up, down, and got the staggers and couldn't quite collect it.
Scotch have got a spare in Hazelwood just sitting back here by his own. They don't want to, Lilydale don't want to leave that as he gets manned up now, which leaves Jock Dark spare. So they've thrown an extra up at the stoppage.
Nathan Warren on specials for us this afternoon. He was knocked down by George Oliver, number 13 for Scotch. Puts the hand up and says, I'll go again. Against Venn. Oliver got it down. Rothwell went past it. Kick was knocked off. That was Jack Hadley. Just a little buffeting for position. Kick off the ground. Saunders was the man who did that. All close to the line. And that's okay. Ball finds it. And Ding Chen Interesting name. I don't know what's silent in that. Could be Dingen, not sure.
Can't help you there, mate.
I'm glad we don't have two Indian and Pakistani teams playing out here. Here's Rothwell. Just got it onto his boot. Here's a chance for Saunders. Gets it real high, up and under. No one can take a mark. Defence here of Old Scotch under the pump. Handball comes out. It might have been a free kick, almost. I think he might have paid it. Gee, it wasn't there for very long, but the free kick is going to go to De Boer. Just barely laid a glove on him, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he just sort of saw a tug of the jumper when Duggan didn't have the ball, and that's all it takes. Just see that bit of white flare up as they stretch the jumper.
Yep. The short kick is okay. Mark taken by Zach Reynolds. Goes out wide and too wide in the end. And it'll be another ball there. We made it the second term. We're 6 minutes in, Nathan. It's just a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment.
Yeah, it is, and both teams are, again, Scotch in their back half, just trying to spread the ground. They've got to be better with that. They did have the overlap there. Just the kick by young Reynolds didn't come off. But again, a stoppage outside 50 isn't a bad result.
Ball back into play. Oliver knocks it down. Luke Walsh led. Viney this way, that way. Just a little handball away, and Luke Walsh and his opponent just dance it over the line.
Looks like Viney's gone on ball now too. She didn't stay up forward for too long. Get him around the source.
They go. Rothwell shrugs it off and then only just got half a bootlace on it. Eastoe, a little fumble early, then forced onto his non-preferred, which is his right, but he'll find touch before Colgrave can get there, and also Asprey. As you would expect, a lot of the play being played on the outer side of the ground. That breeze does tend to take it over there. So Oliver and Venn, they both missed it. Oliver might have got a fingernail on it, but it's not coming out of there in a hurry. And Logan Reynolds, the flowing locks, picked up by Venn. So we double down. Oliver knocked it down, and guess what? Nothing positional's changed.
What are you going to tell me? Another stoppage?
Nothing positional's happened too much, Nathan.
No, other than the obvious with Griggs is really the only one. Seymour and Mackenzie still waxing forward mid on cue.
Yeah, Viney. Little handball, Asprey. Venn tried to get it to Viney again, but he couldn't get there. Matthews. Just with a real up and under. Look at the breeze take that away. That was beautifully done in the end there by Bryant. Now the kick goes in short, and it's okay. It's been marked by Eastoe. Is it Eastoe?
I think it's Jackson.
Is it Jackson?
Is it? Yeah, I think so. 19.
Yeah, 19.
Jackson
Young. Played his 100th game last week. Jackson Young.
Generally a nice set shot at goal.
You need his best effort here. Sits it up. It's just going to fall short. And a nice mark taken by Louis Venn. Ven's out there today.
Yep.
Jack Venn.
The taller forwards of Scotch, you've got to bring that to ground. Jack's got to put a bit more on the ball there and try and get it to ground for those smalls just to get underneath it and do their work.
No doubt about that. The ball up. Just a bit of a lull in proceedings here at the moment. The scoring's dried up. They're just wrestling their way through. Thought Eastoe might have ducked his head into that, but he'll win a free kick. I don't know why I called the other bloke Eastoe. He's got a long sleeve jumper on this guy. Need to take stock, Nathan. Here's Eastoe, goes high. Big pack, who can be over the back. Oh, lovely roving. That is terrific play. Connor Bryant Did it beautifully.
So that's better. There's Jack competing, bringing it to the ground, getting his arms up and bringing the ball to ground, and then their small, fleet-footed brigade just comes front and centre. They rock up where needed and get the goal. So well done, Jack.
Yes, that's exactly right, and well picked too, because that was just exactly what you were talking about. They just needed to get it to ground, and that. Well, all the crummers, look at all the best AFL crummers. They just rely on, even though Charlie Dixon for Port Adelaide say might not get too many possessions, but if you can get the ball to ground, that is half the battle.
Well, you look at Hawthorn with young Wizard Watson with a couple and Ginnivan with a couple, you know, and that's sort of how the game is now. Your small forwards are crucial.
5-3-33, plays 2-2-14, so Scott, you got a little break here. Viney. Picked up by Jordan Russell, boots it inside 50. Gee, Lilydale need a goal. Handball comes out to Viney. Viney with a long shot at goal, misses away to the right.
He just looks class when he gets the ball in Daniel Viney. Lovely left foot kick. I think that was off his right, but he is a left footer.
Yes, some of them, the way they move is exceptional. So the margin to 18 points. Long kick, no one can take the mark. Ball's pretty dry right now. Asprey, Reynolds, Luke Walsh, inside 50. Good kick, looking for Saunders, why wouldn't you? 60 odd goals this year. In fact, who was that? That was Zeke, was in fact Zeke Johnson. 44?
Yep.
Couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, so this is where Lilydale Smalls need to get busy. Your Saunders needs to start sniffing around the front of this.
See what happens here. Tim Walker in hard for Old Scotch. It's been a good innovation of the umpires blow the whistle a little bit quicker. I think it's worked in all forms of footy. Luttrell down. Over the ball they go. Luke Walsh in there. Bit awkward from Matthews. And we haven't seen Bo Malkin come back on the ground either. I don't think, Nathan, have we?
No, we haven't. I can't see him out there, mate. So hopefully he's okay.
It might be him.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, there he is. He's out there.
Just spotted him.
That's good.
Yep. So that's good that he's back on the ground.
Free kick here. I think Josh Frankham just got a little bit heated as he does, and threw someone to the ground.
And that ball just off the knee. And here we go. Whoa. But over the top there. Billy Tuckerman.
It's probably even both ways, isn't it? Just let it go.
Tend to square up as the day goes on, don't they? Luttrell got it out wide. Oh, that might have come off his boot. It did. It was a bit unfortunate there for Bremner. And the free kick is going to Mark Walsh. So Walsh, this will take an extraordinary kick. He's a right footer. I saw Marbior Chol kick one here for the Hawks in the last round 24 match. But he's a left footer. This will take some doing here from Walsh. Here we go. Just sits it up. Not a bad effort. Got it to a hot spot. Off hands.
He would have had a few kicks from that pocket over his career here at North Launceston, I reckon. So I don't know if he was just trying to sit that up at the top of the square or he was just trying to bring it back and it didn't. The wind didn't do it for him.
Might have just got a little bit too much carry on it.
Yeah.
His liking, I reckon. Just overcooked it a bit. Then. And a high tackle, was it? Pice says, I'll ball it up. Right, Walsh again. In the middle of it. They go. Down. Saunders. Handball over the top. Grabbing it there was Curtis Tuck. We're on record for the amount of ball-ups today. I can tell you there's been a ton of them.
Well, I'm going to pick it'll go 30 to 31 minutes, Mike, this quarter then.
This is your next guess. This is your next guess, is it? Little quick kick out of there. It's just floated away through for a behind. So Lilydale, they need goals, not behinds. They are behind. 2-4-16 to 5-3-33. Old Scotch have command of the lead at the moment. Long kick out from fullback. Over the back. No one can get clear possession of the footy. It's just, well, we've had 15 minutes of arm wrestle, haven't we?
Of stoppages.
Yeah. Game just not breaking open as yet. Walsh on hands and knees, couldn't get through there. Got to his feet again and then threw the footy out. Just rolled out of his palm there. And that's a free kick every day of the week. It's going to Seymour. Goes to Jackman. So Jackman, the left footer, spots up Mackenzie in the centre of UTAS Stadium. Jackman decides to go on a run, and that's good play. Got dispensed with after he kicked the ball. So this will be a free kick to Frankham. And Frankham is probably within distance here.
Yes, but not a noted goal kicker, Josh Frankham.
Right.
Not noted. He has got a nickname, the Butcher.
All right.
But
let's see if he can carve something sensational here.
I like what you've done there, Mike.
Frankham. Gee, this would be against the run of the play. Lilydale's had most of it. And now, Frankham, the Butcher. It looks like he's been sharpening his knives because he's just pushed that one away. Matthews came in with the tackle. And the ball up there. Just that breeze, it's really tough. You're kicking into the teeth of it.
Yeah, well, you can see the sock now. It's nearly at right angles over there, so it is a fair breeze, and it just did hold up and took it away towards the river as well.
They'd love a goal here, Old Scotch. Luttrell out of the ruck, gets it away to Frankham on his left boot, and there's another sample. Just gets it away to the left. Old Scotch 5-4-34, Lilydale 2-4-16, and I don't think the alarm bells are ringing quite yet, but they need the next.
Well, I like that build-up into Josh Frankham's shot for goal. The Scotch put a bit of speed on the ball. John McKenzie got it faced up, overlap handball to Jackman. Jackman drives in and gets it downfield after Viney put him to the deck after he got rid of it. But it was better.
Free kick to Dington. Goes in short to Walsh. Now Venn. Louis Venn. In short, just overcooked it. Beautifully done by Hazelwood. And then they're just turning it back over, and Asprey. So Asprey, away he goes on a searching run. Kicks it high. Saunders has got to come in from the side, but Rothwell takes a lovely mark. Ruben Rothwell. Sounds like he could be a rock star with that name, but he is around 48 metres from goal. He probably kicked from right on the paint at 50, to be honest. And here he is. Just held his ground, didn't he?
Yeah, he held the drop of the year spot on there, Mike. He was front position, got his arms up.
Here's Rothwell for their first goal since the 18-minute mark of the first term. Gets it high. It's working, not back enough. Another behind.
Again, the net not in play at the city end with the wind doing damage to it last week, so as it did with a lot of things.
Jackman takes the mark. Told to play on. Got it high. One for the high flyers. A little bit of a push there. That'll be a free kick. And it'll go to Bryant. We've got it to Dark. And kicks out wide and finds his man there in Colgrave. So Colgrave, a kick just drifting away. Oh, lovely mark by Duggan. And Duggan's got a man running into space, full pelt. And he takes the mark, and that's like that's the number 44 there in Archie Edwards.
That's heaps better by Jack Colgrave. Got his arms up. He's now getting his arms up, and he's very long when he got his nice long tentacles on him. When he comes at the ball like that, he's really hard to stop. And again, sets him up for a goal.
Just the one goal in this term, the 10-minute mark. Bryant of Old Scotch, and now Edwards gets an opportunity. Archie Edwards. He'll kick from about 40 metres. Punches it. And just allowed for the breeze a little bit too much. And just put it across the face. So Old Scotch 5-5-35. Lilydale 2-5-17. An 18-point margin. The kick. Then got in front. Free kick. It's against Briggs. Another little short one. So Tuckerman got it down the line. Oliver couldn't take the mark. And the umpire with a very quick whistle. One can get it out of there. Big tackle came in on Walker. Now Rothwell had the last shot for goal. Kicks it long. Hazelwood's in position A and takes the sliding mark. Wants to go on with it, but he's got to come back behind his mark.
Yep.
Sometimes you worry about. Now's a free kick, and it's going to Lilydale. Was it a push or a bit of shepherding? Bit of shepherding in that marking contest, and the free kick is going to Curtis Tuck.
Yeah, well, I reckon we'll see this on the replay. By the look of it, he blocked his run. So we'll see. Let's see what he does with this.
Yeah, they need it. They just need one just to get some momentum. Tuck from 45. It's a bit of a shanky-looking kick off the boot, but he's got it home. A helicopter that just made it home. He gets his first. Lilydale get their third. Their first goal since the 18-minute mark of the first term, and they move to 3-5-23. Old Scotch 5-5-35. Nathan Warren.
Yeah, you're right. They did need that, mate, to keep them right in touch here. So, yeah, obviously there was a free kick, but still not that was for, but took full benefit of it.
Yes.
Here we go.
I might just have a look here. Oh, well, gee, you're splitting hairs there, aren't you?
Yeah, well, he didn't even know he had it. He was man in the mark. Anyway, scores on the board.
Yeah, score is on the board. Venn knocks it down, so Walsh will run onto it there. Handball chopped off by McKenzie. And back to Frankham, back to McKenzie. McKenzie just spun. Very strong through the court, taken by Eastoe. Eastoe's little kick, it's just a little chipper, finds Walker. So Walker kicks down the line, up they fly. Oh, mark taken. That's beautifully done by Bryant. She's a good player. Gets away to Jackman. Jackman just sits it out in front. That's a lovely kick. Just pulled it beautifully. And the mark has been taken by Jackson Young.
Yeah, lovely little chiseler by Jackman there. Lovely left foot kick he is. He'll give him a lot of, as I said, a lot of punch off the wing there. Let's see what Jackson can do from this side of the ground. Similar angle.
Yeah, it's a really tough kick from here. That ball just whipped away, but he might have just scraped it in, has he?
Hang on.
He likes it.
Wow.
What a kick from Young. That is a terrific kick from there. Well, he had to hit it to almost, just before the first goal post on the left. And that ball really did swivel, but it just snuck home. Have a look at this. That's a terrific kick.
Great goal.
So it's back to 18 points. And Old Scotch, well, they've got all the answers at the moment.
Yep. Yeah, Lilydale get one, and Scotch just flick their muscle, and as I said, the build-up from Aidan Jackman with the drive he's given him off the wing. Super.
Up they go. Will knock down. Walsh might have got one high just a little early in that exchange from Walker. Rothwell starting to get a bit of the ball now. Goes long. Ball just flicks over the back. Has it been touched? I think it might have been. It has now. 17 points the margin.
That was a good build-up by Lilydale, putting speed on the ball, just cutting Scotch apart through the middle of the ground there.
Yeah, I don't think that was touched. Not convinced. Dark with the kick out. Dangerous. Saunders desperately trying to get into this game. Tries to lay it on his boot, and then the umpire said, no, you dropped it, which was pretty straightforward. Kick down the line. McKenzie's there to wrap it up. Thought about going with a handball to his teammate, but his teammate was
on the
sprawled on the ground.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'm not going to do that.
I'll just step across the line.
experience. Nathan Warren. Here we go. Ball in. Oliver came from nowhere. Back into it with the tackle and another ball up.
25-minute mark. Expected to go about 32 minutes.
17 points the margin to Old Scotch. Lilydale desperately need another goal. The kick inside 50 by Event. No mark. Here it is, almost. Oh, he just had to kick it off the ground, and in the end, he's missed it to Jack Hadley. Just couldn't quite control it.
He was in the right spot though, wasn't he? He tacked that well, read it off the hands. Just need to be clean.
Yes, couldn't get the job done. So Dark this time runs off his line and says, I'm getting a bit further out this time. And almost the mark. I reckon I'd pay that. Yep. Asprey now will kick it back inside 50. Who can take a mark here? No one. Ball hits the ground. Hazelwood's there. He might just let this roll. And it'll be another ball in. Tough for the players out there, that swirling breeze. You've got to be so precise with your ball drop on a windy day like this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a day for just putting it up in the air and hoping for the best. You're probably better off punching your kicks and keeping them nice and low, picking your way through it.
Reynolds tried to bore a hole through a couple, got his kick away, and he might get a free kick here. So attack the footy. Rothwell in short. Venn takes the mark. Now, this is an important kick because the quarter's nowhere near over, according to Nathan Warren. It's 26, almost 27 minutes gone second term. First term went for about 32 minutes from memory.
Yep. Yeah, about 31.50, something like that. So, yeah, fair to say they need this, Mike. And he's been good for them, the ruckman.
Here he goes. Sits it up.
I like it.
It's a good-looking kick. And he gets it home. And it's back to a 10-point ball game. Louis Venn gets his first of the grand final. And that scoreline, 6-5-41, Old Scotch, Lilydale, 4-7-31. We've gone 27 and a half minutes in the second term.
Yeah, and what I liked about it, the build-up to that, I'm not sure who it was that got it to Jack Venn, but he didn't blaze away. He probably had every right to have a shot. Jack Venn just popped out and he just lowered the eyes and hit him up onto the lead, and they get the result.
So almost 28 minutes gone now. So Rothwell is the latecomer into the centre of the ground for Lilydale. Luke Walsh grabbed it with one hand, got it away. Oliver comes in. Rothwell trying to impose himself. Easto's at the bottom of that. The umpire will call for it. Well, it got out to 19 points at the 11-minute mark in favour of Old Scotch. So Lilydale have sort of hung in there. Oliver knocks it down. Walsh, Reynolds got his kick away inside 50. Saunders can't get it. Oh, Venn with a big tackle. Saunders is hovering. Nicely done in the end by Nick Miller of Old Scotch. Handball comes over the top and there's the siren. This time we've gone 28 and a half minutes in the second term. It's a 10-point margin. A couple of players down on the outer side. This is a grand final. She's a play for keeps job. And half-time at UTAS Stadium in the Division 1 men's grand final. And it is Old Scotch 6-5-41. They lead Lilydale 4-7-31. And the goal scorers for Old Scotch were a couple to John McKenzie, then it's singles to Bryant, Jackson Young, Tim Walker and Matt Duggan. And for Lilydale, we have singles to Luke Walsh, Saunders, Tuck and Venn. Thoughts, Nathan Warren, on that first half of footy in the grand final?
Yeah, well, 10 points in it, so it's a very stop-start sort of a game, very contested around the ball. So it's whoever's going to win contest at the end of the day will win this game. Lilydale answered quite well. I think it was actually Louis Van looked like he'd gone forward, number 19 in that quarter. He's there, intercepted down back, went forward and actually got that goal. I thought it was Jack Van, but I think it was Louis Van in the long sleeves. So well done to him. Luke Walsh started flexing a bit of muscle there too. Daniel Viney, we saw what he can do when he starts getting on the end of it. So they're by far from out of this. They'll answer back. For Scotch, I think Frankham's just continued on his way. Had a really good first part of that quarter. Seymour probably died out a little bit, but we haven't seen the last of him by any means. John McKenzie again gallant. Richie Hazelwood showing what he can do, and Jackman started getting the ball in his hands, and he can be really dangerous and propel him forward.
All right, it is half-time here at UTAS Stadium with thanks to our sponsors, Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, J. Bogan Son, Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, Cleanaway, Jeremy Wilkinson, LRF Sport, and it is half-time at UTAS. Old Scotch in the grand final 6-5-41, lead Lilydale 4-7-31. We'll be back with the second half shortly.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium, the Division 1 Grand Final, Lilydale and Old Scotch. It is Old Scotch 6-5-41 to 4-7-31 Lilydale, and Nathan Warren, it's shaping up as a classic Grand Final.
Yeah, absolutely, mate, as the sun shines again. So we're just hoping that rain's gone away, which I think it has. So, yeah, let's hope this can be a little bit more... Yeah, it'll... shaping up, sorry, I just lost track there. Shaping up to be a ripper. Went down to the rooms there and had a bit of a listen to Brayley Coombs down there. He was very animated. Asked for the mids to sort of stop getting pushed in under the ball a little bit and muscle up a little bit, own the outside. And he wants his backs in particular to put their big boy pants on and really stand up down there.
Comments from Nathan Warren. Here we go. Second half of the Grand Final. Little quick kick out of there. It was by Walsh. Mackenzie over the top, Dark. Didn't pick it up, just hacked it out of there. Looking for Jackman. Jackman with the pace. Got dealt with after he kicked. A couple of times they've got stuck into Jackman. And the free kick will go to Duggan.
They certainly have.
Duggan goes inside 50. Seymour with a big lead. Here's an opportunity for Matthews. Matthews lines them up. And it just drifts away. He had an early celebration too. Did Matthews. Thought he'd nailed that one, but it's behind.
He's getting the Ginnivan beer can out early.
Yes. It's barely gone a minute in the third term, and Old Scotch are on the board. The Lockett goes long to a packed situation. Over the back, Asprey couldn't take it. Mackenzie's there. Jackman, nice little feed out to Duggan. Duggan goes inside 50. Was that a mark? Umpire said no, and then said yes.
Jeez.
Well, I think he might have said no, and then they pleaded their case, and then he got the verdict.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was mud. Didn't look like it hit the ground at all. I think he had two bites of the cherry there and give it to him. But he might have had a clear think about it and said no, I'll give it to him. Here we go.
That all the way through.
Definitely hands under it there.
Yep. Back live, Seymour about to have a shot for goal. Pumps it long, it's across the face. Mark taken! Gee, that was terrific. And here's an opportunity for the number 20 in Colgrave. He's going to run around on his left. Here he goes.
Oh.
Gets it underway. Goal umpire says, yep, I'm happy with that. And so too the central umpire. There was a whistle on play. Don't know where it came from, Nathan Warren.
Yeah, so he hadn't called play on and the player come in, so it was going to be a 50-metre penalty, but he kicked the goal anywhere. But that's what I've been wanting Jack to do. Get his arms up. He's a nice overhead mark, so I don't know why he messes around with these chest marks all the time, because he's quite capable with his hands.
Yes, that was a nice bit of work at the 2-minute mark of this term. Colgrave gets his first of the game. I mean, dangerous up there, but as you say, Nathan, he's just the little technique gets ironed out, and he becomes a lot more dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's a hard matchup because he's a bit of a hybrid type. He can play up the ground, but then he can also play as a key post.
Here's Luke Walsh, little handball away. Nicely to Mark Walsh, who kicks inside 50. Almost the mark, nothing doing. In they go. Opportunity. Or just flicks out the back. Brankham just tracking the footy. Handball over the top, so Eastoe goes long, just puts it out in front of his man. He can't take that, is Jackson Young, but just keeps on paddling the footy. This third quarter is going to be so important. Jackson Young just gets a little bit of yardage. Here's Fletcher Seymour, back to Young. Young spins, back to Seymour, falls over, then desperately tries to get the handball away to Jackman. Jackman kick is smothered. Now it's back to Mackenzie. He'll do something positive with the footy, and out comes our man in Connor Bryant. Couldn't take the mark. A bit of an almost opportunity there for Bryant. Couldn't quite nail the mark.
That one definitely did hit the ground, Mike. But how clean was Fletcher Seymour? Just attacked that at speed and just crucial being one touch.
Matthews tries to bore a hole through Lockett and can't do it. And then the umpire calls for it. So important this third quarter. Here's Seymour. High kick. I think it went 15. Up they go. No mark taken. That was Colgrave who was in front. Now Frankham, back pedals, gets the handball away. Reynolds, tackled. Another good tackle on Frankham by Luke Walsh. And a ball up. Gee, the stakes have gone up a little bit. Speed on this game is certainly intensified.
Yeah, the coach wanted the big boy pants on. It looks like they've answered to it.
Yeah. And it floats out of play. So Brayley Coombs says, well, come on. Let's get it all together.
Absolutely.
So, back in the centre. In fact, in the boundary throw in. Matthews knocked off the kick. Here's Seymour. Curls it round the body. He's got a little bit too much curl this time. It is a behind.
Really starting to lift his output, Fletcher Seymour, at crucial moments this quarter. He's been close to a couple of goals already.
Coach might have given him a bit of a razz up. So, well, come on, we need more from you. Here's Venn. It's Louis Venn. Goes in short. And finds Sam Lockett. Been all right for them today, Lockett. Some good things. The kick is not the best. Or just not towards Colgrave. Colgrave, quick hands. Got away to Frankham. Frankham on the right boot, curls it back. And it just bounced inside the line. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Chance for Old Scotch to conjure something here. We saw John McKenzie kick a goal in the first term. They've got to watch him.
Well, they've got 3 goals from this nearly exact position, Mike. And this is where they're dangerous. So let's see who can get on the fly here. They'll knuckle down on Fletcher Seymour.
Cam Lockett's got him. And they've tried to get to McKenzie. He got through. Seymour just left it for Frankham. Now McKenzie. He's got the paddle away. It's a little chip ball. Swallow ran past it. Luttrell. Got it high. Colgrave takes the mark. Well, he got in position A, Colgrave, and he had enough. Just arched the back a little bit and then covered the drop of the footy and took the mark.
Yeah, and when he's got that much separation on his opponent, yeah, by all means, that one is straight in the breadbasket there. So let's see, he's starting to get a move on now, Jack, which is really good because when he's up and about, he's hard to stop.
So there he is, just had an extra yard on Asprey there. It's all about the kick. Here he is. Kicked the goal in this term.
He likes it.
Yeah, and he's doubled it up. He's got 2 in the term. There's Colgrave. So too Old Scotch. 8-7-55 to 4-7-31. And they are making a statement in the third term. A couple of goals to Colgrave and they put the foot down.
Yeah, again, the quality of the names Seymour, Frankham, McKenzie, really starting to come into it that quarter and just keep Lilydale look like they're going to get it out and they just punch it straight back in again.
7-minute mark of the third term. Old Scotch take it out to a 24-point margin. I don't think we've had 24 in this game yet. It's a game high. Lead out of the centre on hands and knees. Walker. Frankham. Lost control. Viney made a statement, then speared the kick out in front of his teammate. He couldn't take the mark. In goes Eastoe. Saunders was the man he was targeting. And now a free kick. It's going against Lilydale. It's going to Old Scotch. It's going to Eastoe. And tempers are starting to fray. Frankham in a bit of space. And there's a man really in plenty of space out there. That's just Jackman. Now he's had 1 bounce. He might have 2. He could have another. Yes, he does. Has 3. Lost control of it. Handball over the top. Here's a chance for Brian. Gets around. A little squeeze kick to Colgrave. Just missed the target. Chance for Lilydale. They're not out of trouble yet. Malkin got the ball away with a boot. Long kick. But it's been marked. Taken by Swallow. Now Swallow, couple of kicks from goal. Wants to go long. Who can take a mark? Seymour's in the middle of this. Who's roving it at the back? Oh, almost Bryant. Did he keep it in? No, it was a behind. Gee, that was spectacular.
Great build-up there. Yeah, you're right. Jackman had nothing but grass in front of him. He was that wide and just kept going. I think if he had that back again, he probably might have fixed his kick up there. Just that last bounce got away from him.
Malkin from the pocket. He'll have to just go down the line because everyone's covered. Now he just goes back. It's a Lockett. To the outer side. He's hoping Tuck can get involved here. Swallow. just paved the way. Handball out from Hazelwood. The handball over the top. Van, that was terrific stuff to Luke Walsh. Now back to Viney, who's starting to get involved in this game, and his kick is ill-directed. Now it falls back to Jordan Russell, who kicks long. No mark. In they go. Denman was there. Little handball comes out. Denman just ran past the footy, just couldn't quite get his balance. Luke Walsh in the clinches, gets it out. Johnson. Now Tuck just throws it on the boot. It's a high ball. They get back. No one can take it. Just bounces in the middle of a couple of players. Luke Walsh, that's a scrubby old kick. Swallow just tidies it up nicely as they come out of half-back. Easto now needs to hit a target. Didn't have anyone, so he went through the clear grass. Who can run onto this ball? Bryant, normally pretty good. Over the back, Reynolds, got some work to do. The handball comes back. Now backpedaling away, there was Tom Hazelwood. And now Viney. Now Viney again. Kicks with his right boot this time. Really high up and under. Hazelwood got a fingernail on it. He has to go back again. Tries the handball over the top. And it is taken to the line. Boundary throw in. This game's just lifted up a notch.
Yeah, just before Zeke Johnson just had a little fumble at a crucial time. If he had been clean, I reckon he's up and he's having a shot on goal. So really important that they stay clean with their ball, ball below their knees.
It was 25 points now. They desperately need a couple of goals to stay in touch here. Out of the ruck, tucked now. Kick was smothered. Here's Johnson. Kick fades away. It'll be a boundary throw in.
How nice is Viney on both sides of the body?
He is
both left and right.
Smooth mover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very good player. This too is Jordan Cousins from Rocher League.
Yes, yeah. Unfortunately not playing today, I believe. I'm not sure on the scores there. It'd be nice to an update there.
Good player, Cousins. At ball. And I think Cousins playing for the state out of the Ntfa, which was quite an achievement. I think he played for Tassie going back a year or two ago.
Last year he did. This year he didn't.
Yeah.
Jake Hines, however, was Bridge North. He was the only Ntfa player.
Yep. From the throw in, Johnson. Ninjin. Got through, jammed it on the boot, chaos ball. Where are the Lilydale forwards? Where are the Crummers? In goes Swallow. Back into a couple, Mackenzie. Now falls to Saunders. We know he's a goal kicker. He's not going to get one here. He might set one up though. Denman. Now the kick out from Hazelwood to Matthews. Matthews has a man running in. Jackman. Jackman loves a bounce. Only one this time. Kicks down the line. Jackson Young couldn't take it. Malkin rolled over in the tackle. Ball up.
The 24-minute mark of the Premier Division. Longford 3-3-21 to Rocher Lee 0-0-0.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a bog hole out there.
It is. I was out there this morning, Mike, and it's definitely nothing like looking at the moment.
They're running on top of the ground here. Here's Jackman. Got it from Dark. Swings it back inboard. Good-looking kick, high. Jackson Young doing the roving was Mackenzie, couldn't get near it. Viney ran past it. Now he comes in with a tackle on Swallow. Nothing doing there. Ball up. Top game of footy this. 25 points the lead to Old Scosh. Nathan Warren and Michael Maney with you. Round Table Studio doing it well. Benny Donaldson. Shout out to you, Ben.
Hard-working Benny, isn't he?
His eyes are cross-eyed at the end of all these games, but he's doing a wonderful job. Up goes Van, missed it, and got the second touch on it. Knocked forward by Swallow. Here's Duggan. Just wants to sit up for him. Won't do that. Just trying to get out of there was Tom Hazelwood, and he might get a free kick. Or is it going back the other way? It's going to
It's going the other way, going Lilydale's way.
Is it going to Lilydale?
Yep.
Oh,
no, sorry, Old Scotch. No, you're right.
It's going to Duggan.
Yep. Not sure what for.
So Duggan kicks it long. Up they fly. Van, that's Lewis Van, getting back in the gap, which has been pretty good for them. Van, forward, back, in the ruck. Kicks out wide. Tuck has to come from 3 deep. Ooh. Little handball. This is okay. Archie Edwards kicks it long to Matthews, who couldn't take the mark. Now Rothwell. Rothwell had a bounce, but didn't come back up to him. is good enough to collect it and roll with a long kick out there. Wide, it'll just roll out of play. The umpires say insufficient attempt. Here's
the free kick.
Yep,
off the ball.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
Just a bit of a reversing the decision there.
Good thing about the live stream, mate. I had a couple of good calls we're doing. A Gold Coast, an ex-old Scotch player in Sam Canny with his dad Scott, and a couple of Foleys down at Swanwick or somewhere, wherever they are listening to the call, and said, well done, fellas.
Nice to have him on board. A lot of others too. Here's Seymour. Just bursts from the stoppage and kicks it long, but far too long in the end, and he'll direct it out of bounds on the full. But you can see the lift that's coming from Seymour in this quarter. He's really up the ante.
Yep, and he's a quality player, so if he starts to get going, I mean, look out, should definitely be lights out for them, so they need to put a bit of work into him.
Terrific.
And nullify his output.
Yep, no, terrific last year's grand final. Little short kick is okay, and finds Sam Lockett at half back. Nowhere to go. This kick from Lockett, if he kicked it then, it was a bit of a problem, but now he decides to rush it to this side of the ground. In a packed situation, Jackson Young can't get it. Jackman's there, seems to be everywhere at the moment. Here's Matthews. Matthews loves to kick a goal. Straightens up, kicks, long, goal. 3 goals to zip in this term to Old Scotch, and they put a real good stretch out on it now. It is a 31-point lead to the Thistles, who are going like winners in the grand final, Nathan Warren.
They are, and you could see there he was looking for something to do. He's looking for options, but what was really good, the Scotch mids had really sealed the ground. He had nowhere to go. He didn't want to put it down the throat of him, so he tried to bring it across this side of the ground. The kick didn't come off, and Winnie Matthews gets on the end of that and just pins the ears back and put it straight over the umpire's hat. So well done, well defended the middle of the ground, Old Scotch.
So things rolling okay for the defending premiers. They lead by 31. Knocked down out of there, Viney. Desperately just booting it forward, looking for Tuck. He can't quite get there. Dark will use all his guile to get it to the line, and did it pretty well. Then came back and said, I think I copped one around the chops there.
He's trying to tell the umpire, but he's saying nothing of it.
Not many umpires do take any notice of him when they say anything to them.
No.
Except they put it in their memory bank.
Yeah. If you say too much.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So looks like we need a few more wheat picks for the boundary umpire. Just might have just lost a little bit of control of it. That's okay. They do a wonderful job. They do. Boundary umpires and the umpires in general. Here's Swallow. Just tracks the footy. Can't get in. Easto just drives in low. Well, it is definitely a red alert for Lilydale right now. They need the next 2 to stay in touch. Here's Miney. He's been providing them with a whole lot of drive in this term. Dingen can't quite get the run of the footy. Locked in there somewhere.
Yeah, they'd love a goal right now, Lilydale, just to give them some hope and give them some belief that they can stay in this.
Here's Viney, just pushes off. Gee, he's lifted his rating, as has Fletcher Seymour. So both those players. Here's Denman now. Little kick. Saunders just knocks it forward.
Yeah, Daniel just needs a few more to go with him, mate. Like he's going and he's saying, hey, fellas, where are we? You know, I'd like to see a bit more out of Luke Walsh, one of their contested mids. I'd like to see him start getting on. Mark Walsh has dropped out of it a little bit, so those fellas need to really jump on Daniel's curtails and go with him.
They certainly do. He can't do it on his own. Here is Luke Walsh on cue, and Saunders takes the mark on his chest.
Well, you ask and you shall receive, so they say.
Yes. Well, Saunders has been a bit frustrated today, it'd be fair to say. Just hasn't been able to get the delivery that he would require for a man who's kicked 61 goals coming into this game. And from about 20 metres slight angle, should get the job done here. Stabs it low.
He likes it.
And he gets it and then tugs the jumper and says, well, come on, Demons. We've got some work to do. That's part 1. And he gets his first of the afternoon, or his second for the afternoon. does Matthew Saunders, and they creep back to 25 points.
Well, it probably breathes a little bit of life, as I said. A goal, will stay right in it. At least Scotch haven't, they've got to stop them now from going down and answering with one. So if they can get another one right now, I think we're going back on.
Yes, because they'll go in the last quarter, Lilydale will go with probably the best, probably the breeze, you would think.
Yep.
It's probably favouring the right of screen to the city end, so if they can just nab another one here, they're within striking distance. Venn over the top. It was Jack Venn. He goes Viney again, who's just playing a bit of kick and catch with himself here at the moment. And the ball just rolls out of play. That's Jimmy Storey, who's wearing the number 41.
Yeah, we had that updated earlier on.
Yes. I don't know what happened to his number 18, that would have had a bit of blood or something like that. Who knows? But he's got 41 now, for those people playing at home. Viney got to the front. Venn, I should say, got to the front. No one's getting out of that mess. Was there a free kick? It's coming to Luke Walsh. Not sure why, but he's heard your call. Nathan, brilliant intercept by Easto just to knock it to the line, and a boundary throw in.
Yeah, well, Luke's won Woody's contest, so he can win it at the source. So if he starts putting his head over it, we'll start seeing him get his hands on the pillar a little bit more.
Almost 21 minutes gone, third term. Luttrell took it out of the ruck and kicked it 15 up, 15 down. Be a free kick here to Mark Walsh. A little push. Need to move it on quickly. You need goals, Demons. Kicks it out to the pocket. Who can take a mark? No one. Storey wasn't able to snabble it as it went over the back. Just worked his opponent underneath smartly, but couldn't complete the mark.
Yeah, and he had to put the kick out there because Scotch had a +1 just in front of the square there, so he couldn't jam it down to the top of the square, so he had to sort of go out wide.
Game of chess in the end. Here we go. Ball knocked away by Tuck. Goes back in again. Ball up. In fact, that might have been Johnston who was the man going up in the ruck there. It was. No one can clear the ball from here. Just a little stalemate.
Again.
22 minutes gone, third term. 25 points the margin in favour of Old Scotch. Ball just flicks out of there. Easto clears the decks. Kicks it very high. Jackman, who's been terrific out on that wing. Tuckerman just does the Timmy Watson jump over the top and might have been just interfered with on the way through. Then shows the ball to Jackman and says, I've got it and you haven't. Billy Tuckerman. I don't think he's going to kick the goal from there. It just gives time for Old Scotch to get back in the hole and patch it all up. Here he goes. Kicked it very low. Ball flicks over the top. Venn can't get there. Easto just nurses it to the line. So it's now 24 points the margin. The 23-minute mark. So Hazelwood goes out long. Oh, there's a big leap from Asprey. Couldn't complete the mark. He's had a couple of flies today, Asprey.
That's his second one he's had a crack at.
Little check side ball here. Lockett just had to try and complete it. Mackenzie, who's always clever. Handball back to Colgrave, who's tackled, dispossessed. Now Luke Walsh. Got it on his boot. Ball just holds up in the breeze. And nothing doing.
We'll have another ball up.
Earned their money today, the umpires, I can tell you. Been one of those days. Breeze swirling around UTAS Stadium. Nathan Warren in special comments. Michael Maney on commentary tools. Tuckerman got it away to Storey. Just jammed it on the boot. Johnston just ran straight past it. Hazelwood now just has to duck back in. Got a call from Dark and delivered a nice little chip. Dark wasn't 15, so had to play on. Goes out wide. And the mark taken by Tim Walker. Promise not to call you Hadney anymore. Here goes Walker. Goes long down the line. Malcolm was the flyer in the middle with the helmet. And it falls back into his lap when he's laying on the ground. He can't get out of there. 9.8.62 to 5.8.38 in favour of Old Scotch as we tick into 24th minute of the third term. Close to the line. In goes Frankham. Rothwell there. Ball in.
Worked hard all day, Frankham. He's always got his nose in the trough, so to speak,
Yes.
and at the bottom of every contest he likes it tough. He's been super for them today, and
he's also got that little edge of class about him too.
Yeah.
Frankham, I think. He's got that nice bit of poise. He's got the footy. Luttrell knocked it down. No one can get through there. Matthews got it away. Here's Frankham on cue. Ball just flicks over the back. Venn. This is Louis Venn. Out wide. No mark. Seymour just brushes off with strength. The little kick was not quite good enough. Frankham, handball back. Tuckerman. He's got to do something with it here. I think he dropped it. Umpire let him go. Rothwell. Little kick down the line is okay. Might have been touched. And that was Lockett. That's Corey Lockett on the outer side. Number 37 jumper. Then Matthews swung it back. High kick. Bryant. Well, he's been paid the mark, then he played on, then he dropped the footy. No free kick, and the umpire's going to take it back and say, you must take your kick. Not sure what they're going to do here.
well, I would have thought he played on, Mike. I think he sort of went. He thought he wasn't going to get paid anyway. He's off now.
Yeah. And ran out of real estate, then Frankham, then his horrible scrubber goes to Mark Walsh. He just plucks it away from Bryant. Did it nicely in the end, but his kick is ill-directed. It's going to be marked by Luttrell. The big man, Luttrell.
Big human.
Probably the biggest human out there. Kicks it long. Colgrave's in the middle of that. Who's goal side? John McKenzie is. So he's taken to the line. No free kick there. He'll always be goal side, John McKenzie, because he's probably one of the smartest operators out there.
One of the best out there, yeah. And he's free here at the moment. He's got a bit of coverage now.
Venn reaches over the top. Tim Walker fell over. Got it to Bryant. Bryant got his hands and legs free. Jackman got a call from Frankham. Just knocked it back brilliantly. Here's Big Sam. Goes with a little scrubbing kick. Now the ball just turned around the corner by Hazelwood. And the mark taken by Mark Walsh. There's Walsh's out there. There's Lockett's. There's Venn's. To the wing. Tidying it up and doing it nicely was Nick Miller. Frankham just ran out of real estate in the end. So time ticking away in the third term. 27 gone. Old Scotch 9.8.62. Lilydale 5.8.38. 24 points.
Scotch set up really well. So a couple of times Lilydale's propelled them, rebounded out at 50, but they're just straight down the neck of the big fella in Sam.
Luttrell did it nicely to Dark, whose kick was off the side of the boot. Jackman couldn't take the mark. Here comes Duggan. Now hands and knees. Jackman again. Now to Bryant. Bryant just threw on the left boot. This is dangerous. Here's to McKenzie. He gets goal side. And when he gets goal side, that is the result. What a smart goal from John McKenzie. And he kicks his third in a grand final. And it's back out to 30 points as we tick into the 28-minute mark. 10.8.68, plays 5.8.38. Nathan Warren.
Yeah, just hard to defend in that instance, John. He, bodies in front, so the defender had nothing to do. You just hooked on the back like a caravan. We'll just see here. He's just, there's not much he could do. John just got away, and just he's smart. We've been saying it all day. He's one of the smartest players out there. His second or third goal. We've got him for third, is it?
It's his third. Yes. So 5 goals, the margin. Lilydale have kicked 5 goals in almost 3 quarters of football, and they need 5 goals to get back on level terms. So they've got some work to do. Back in the centre. Oh, just wonderful play by Seymour. Here he goes. He's going to have a long bomb. It is a long kick. It's not coming back enough. It's a behind.
Lillydale just can't let someone like Fletcher Seymour march out the front of a stoppage like that. They've got to have someone there with him, or defensive triangle. So he's got 2 to come through the front.
Cam Lockett goes to the outer side. It's a 2-on-1 exercise, but Tuckerman is good enough to take the mark. Then has no one on the mark. Decides to spear it inboard, but Frankham read it to perfection. Now where will he go? He'll go with a high up and under. Bryant can't take the mark, but someone's getting a free kick for over the shoulder. It'll be Bryant, and this could be a real dagger for the Demons.
Yeah, I'd like to see what happened, whether the Lilydale player in Van overcommitted, because he stayed down on the ground a while there. Let's have a look here.
Oh, goodness me.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know where you plucked that from, but anyway, we're here and they're there. And
yep.
This is the result. From 47, Bryant's got it off the side of the boot, and it might not even score. Not his best work. The footy gods shining on Lilydale there. Perhaps.
30-minute mark, so siren should go any time now. There it is.
Oh, there you go. See, you're getting better and better as the quarters go.
Get in there.
It is 3-quarter time at Ntfa Stadium in the Division 1 Men's Grand Final, and Old Scots, the reigning premiers, are in position A to go back-to-back. They're 10-9-69, Lilydale 5-8-38, and I'll roll through the goal kickers. You might just check them as you go along, Nathan, but I've got John McKenzie down for 3, and then 2 to Colgrave, then singles to Matt Duggan, Tim Walker, Jackson Young, Connor Bryant, and Josh Matthews.
Correct.
And for Lilydale, it is 2 goals to Matthew Saunders, and then singles to Curtis Tuck, Louis Venn, and Luke Walsh. So I think I've got them.
Yep, I didn't have Tuck, so you straightened me up there. That's good. Yep. The others are ticked off. That's well done.
So 3-quarter time here in the grand final. Some comments from you, Nathan, before we go to a quick break and come back with the final quarter.
Yeah, someone who really, really stepped up that quarter was Fletcher Seymour, saying how good he is. I thought he had a quiet first half, but he showed, the quality of player that he is. He was great that quarter. Frankham again. Probably one of his quieter terms, that one, but I think he's still very good. Charlie Easto had a great quarter down back, really stopped some crucial entries for Lilydale. John McKenzie, he's at top notch work. For Vine, he's really the only one who's really of any significance for Lilydale in my eyes. Mark Walsh started having a little bit of say, as did Luke Walsh. But Lilydale probably need a few more to go with Viney.
3-quarter time at Ntfa Stadium, with thanks to our sponsors who keep us on the air. MCMF, that's Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, J. Bogan Son, Armstrong Insurance Brokers, Cleanaway, Jeremy Wilkinson, and LRF Sport. We will be back with the final quarter. You're listening to NTFA Division 1 Men's Footy Grand Final.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium, and it is the final quarter of the Division 1 Men's Grand Final for 2024, and the reigning premiers, Old Scotch, will take a 31-point lead into this final quarter. Lilydale will kick with the aid of a bit of a breeze to right of screen, or to the city end, if you like, and they need the first couple of goals, Nathan Warren.
Yeah, absolutely. They need a crucial start, so it'll be interesting to see what Magnets may flipped around here. Absolutely, yeah, they don't need a really crucial start here. It'd be interesting to see what Magnets have been flicked around here on Lilydale's end. I'll keep an eye on that, but crucial they get the first couple of goals here to make this any type of a comeback.
Just waiting for everything to be put into place. As we wait for Mum to get a knitting bag out in the stand.
Crochet.
Here we go. Good bounce by the umpire. Chance here for Lockett, who looks like he's gone into the centre of the ground. He's been a bit of a driving force for them. Jack Hadley is in amongst that. Little quick kick. Mackenzie not paid the mark. Has to feed it back. Lateral. Oh, nice little dance move by Sam. Seymour. Swallow just jammed it on his left and got dealt with by Reynolds after he kicked. Wasn't much in that. Bryant swings it to the pocket. Jackson Young can't take the mark. The handball comes out. High kick from Hazelwood. Swallow just sits and waits. Had a man on in short in Easto. Decides to go to the pocket. Swinging around. No mark taken. Mackenzie roves it. It's going to be a goal. Is it? No. Gee, it was heading that way. And then that breeze just said, no, John. Yeah. No fourth goal for you.
It definitely looked like it was going through. I was with you, Mike. I thought that's another one that it would have been number 4 for John.
Yes.
There's one by the Magnet being flipped in. Louis Venn's now playing forward again this quarter, so they tend to do that with him when they got the breeze, and it worked for him last quarter.
Long kick. Storey couldn't take the mark. Running onto it is Swallow. Lost the roll of the footy. Hazelwood, he's been steady. Jackman takes the mark in front of Tuckerman. Jackman normally rolls onto that left boot. Generally hits targets. Jackman, he's lively for them again today. This time he hooks it to the pocket. Colgrave just got a yard or two on Asprey, or a metre or two if you want to be drawing straws. So Colgrave hints he's going to square it up. It's a good looking kick. They fly. Lateral from 3 deep, couldn't take the mark. Bounces back to Jackman. Not real good on his right boot. Smothered. Tuckerman. Another kick smothered. Bit of pressure on out there. Lockett gets it away. Rothwell collected it. Used his right boot. Was good enough to get it away. A little kick off the ground there was by James de Boer. Got the handball to Jackman, who was caught. No free kick either way. Well, Lilydale have to get a couple quick just to put Old Scotch on the back foot. And they've got to get it to this side of the ground because they can't attack from as well from over there. Here's Mackenzie. Just knocked off the kick. Swallow. Got it inside 50. No mark taken. Here's Duggan. Hooks it around the body. Which way will it bounce? Doesn't bounce the right way if you're an Old Scotch supporter for a full pointer, but they get another score on the board. They move to 10-11-71. Lilydale 5-8-38. A couple of key players, as Nathan Warren said. Bardenhagen out and Griggs for Lilydale. Hazelwood, who's been resolute back there. A pretty good game. Goes in short. It's okay. And finds Dark. Dark. His little probing kick to Colgrave, who gets his arms out in front and takes it between his eyes. And that is what Nathan Warren has been asking for from this young man, and he delivered on that occasion.
Absolutely, and when he does, he looks really nice hitting up at the ball. So, and he's vice-like hands. So, there's times where he's gone for the chest marker, he's happy, but then there's been times where he just chooses to do that, and that's where the defender can get him. But in that instance, lovely hands by Jack.
So, Colgrave, this is still a tough kick because that breeze is pretty strong, so he's going to have to go to the left goal post. It's going to take it away, and sometimes just getting it into the teeth of goal, the teeth of that breeze, is the toughest thing. So they're doing it in behinds at the moment. Old Scotch 10-12-72 to Lilydale 5-8-38. Long kick by Walsh. Miller's at the back. Storey looked like a bit of a